Good evening and welcome to a Rebels Radio latest update. I'm joined by Slough Town Joint Manager Jon Underwood. How are you?
Very well, thanks, John.
Good. It's been a long time.
It has. I've missed you.
I've missed you too. How's your pre-season been going?
We're pretty pleased now. If I'm honest, it's been a tough pre-season. Probably the toughest we've had, really, myself and Neil. We were saying that actually beginning of the week. I mean, without going over and over the same boring stuff we've probably said in recent weeks and interviews, we have had a lot of injuries. You know, we picked up 6 injuries in a week at the start of pre-season when the friendlies kicked in, and it's just thrown us a bit because you need to have a certain number for friendlies, and you're waiting to see how injuries are going to clear up. And you know, we were quite happy with the squad. We spent most of the summer saying we were happy with the squad. We'd brought in a couple, but things have changed through pre-season. You know, we've picked up more injuries. We've got, obviously, we knew about 1 or 2 suspensions, things like that, and we've just had to add a few more numbers to the squad for the friendlies. And we've got some big decisions to make in the next week now, so that we get the squad size right going into the new season.
Yeah, and so you've been experimenting quite a lot recently. Obviously, there was the Haze and Yeti performance on Saturday. What did you take from that?
Very pleased with that. Obviously, it was a hastily arranged game. Sometimes when you play on the 4G pitches with a fence round them, they don't feel like real games, and sometimes the players don't approach them properly. We were delighted with how our lads approached it. You know, the score was irrelevant. We probably should have scored more. But the main thing was the attitude was very good. The lads worked hard, and the majority of lads got an hour under their belt. So it was a really useful exercise. We played 3 different formations in the 3 30-minute periods, which is something we want to be a bit more flexible this year. You know, we've always been very much 4-4-2. And to be honest, that's probably still our preferred. Well, it is still our preferred formation. But depending on who we're playing, what players we've got available, you know, we need to be able to look at other ways of playing, and we've done that more than we normally would in pre-season. But we've learnt plenty from it.
Yeah, and you've got to see some different players in some positions that weren't natural to them.
Yeah, and you need to sometimes in pre-season. You know, it's about, especially with some of the newer lads, it's about learning what they can and can't do. Results really aren't important. You know, much rather win every game than lose every game, clearly. But the most important thing is you get the fitness right, and you learn what you need to know about your squad, so that, you know, once you get into the season, if you need to tweak things and play different ways, you know what you can do.
Yeah, and the conditions were very hot, so it was a good fitness test.
Yeah, it was. It was quite good that we kicked off at 11 actually, because it just got hotter and hotter as the game went on. And I think if we'd have played at 3 o'clock, it would have been, you know, roasting at that point. So
yeah, gave you the opportunity to then spend a bit of social time with the lads, get the new lads intermingled for a bit of bonding in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was good. Just about all the lads were over at, and management team were over at my house actually for a barbecue in the afternoon.
Even turned up?
Yeah, Kev turned up to treat a couple of the lads.
Not for drinking injuries?
No, not drinking injuries. Yeah, he came over and saw a couple of the lads, Luke Knight and Warren Harris, who were injured. So it was good. We spent the afternoon sat in the back garden in the sun, having a few drinks, having a barbecue, and we all went out in the evening. So yeah, it's something we like to do. It's something we believe in, that the team socialises together, and they all get on very well. And it was good to integrate some of the newer lads as well, and they get to find out what we're all about. So it was a very positive day on Saturday.
Yeah, and another positive day last night. A noticeable step up intensity against a good Met Police side. What was your thoughts on the game? Yeah,
I mean, when we fixed the friendlies up, you know, we had our last 2 as Met Police and Leatherhead, who were 2 Step 3 sides, good pitches, good sides. So you know, it was exactly what we were hoping for. It felt much more like a league game, very intense game. The pace didn't really let up for 90 minutes. Very, fantastic surface over there, and you know, they're a very good side. They've been at this level for 3 years, and we just got to this level, obviously. So they're a bit more established. Probably they shaded the first half. I thought they probably passed it better than we did first half. I thought second half we came on really strong.
Hit the woodwork a number of times.
Hit the woodwork twice. One cleared off the line, and I just thought we were never going to score. And you know, we'd have been happy with the performance, with a 1-0 defeat, to be honest. But we don't like losing games, so we were, doubly pleased that we got a goal.
I think you were making that clear from the bench at some point.
Yeah, and to us when we got one, we wanted to go and win it. We are competitive, but at the same time, we were just really pleased with the performance of all of them. From lads we've had for a few years down to lads who we were meeting for the first time. They all put in a really good shift.
Who really impressed you? Who stood out?
I think in particular, a lot of talk last night was two of the lads who were playing their third friendly for us, Alex Whittam and George Frith, who, that was their best performance for us, both of them last night. I thought they both did ever so well.
Particularly in the closing stages, they came.
Yeah, they got stronger as it went on. They both got 90 minutes, and I know there were a lot of comments about those two lads last night. I think they impressed a lot of people last night, and but not just them. All around the pitch, I thought we did well. Sometimes it's hard for the lads who are established players to have new faces coming along, play alongside them, and but everyone's attitude was spot on. I thought we played some really good stuff. We created chances. Summers in goal as well, made a couple of great saves. So just really pleased all round. I thought it was a massive step forward for us last night, and it takes us into the last friendly on in real good shape.
Yeah. Only point of note, there was a fair few players stood by the side of the pitch with nursing various different injuries. What's the latest?
Yeah, we're getting used to that now. There's some positives. Adam Fowler, who obviously we knew would be out, is making great progress. Obviously, Eddie's back in the fold now, and George Shaw, some of the lads who've missed a few games. Jamie McClurg had missed a few games. So we're getting a lot closer to the squad that we want to put out. But a couple of updates. Scott Harris will get his scan results early next week, or Monday, Tuesday next week. He's been doing quite a bit of training. He's pretty confident the scan won't show anything, and if that's the case, he's got the all clear to step right up with the training, so that'll be good news. Warren Harris, not such good news. It's looking like we're going to have to get him an MRI scan, and all the signs are pointing towards a potential keyhole op, which once he's had that, you're talking 4 to 6 weeks. So we've got a plan for a couple of months without him, which he's our player of the year last year. He's so important to us, and that is a blow. It's one that we kind of, over the last week or so, we've probably thought that might be the case. He's not been responding to treatment, so it is a blow. But we've got a strong group of players, and we'll manage without him. And it will be like a new signing when he comes back. So that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like at the moment. We'll know more in the next week, but that's what it's looking like.
And what news do you have? Do you have any news on players that are going to sign, players not going to sign? Or obviously we've had Gary McDonald, sadly left, but how close to your chest are the cards at the moment?
Well, we're not going to announce anything just yet. I think we're going to get the last friendly out of the way. We're hoping the lads that were trialists, if you like, as they get known as, but that's not a nice word to use. They're good footballers who we've invited down and who are trying to force their way into the squad. And the lads that fall into that bracket from last night, we expect to be with us again Saturday, and we'll then make final decisions on the squad. And I think what we'll probably do is make an announcement probably Sunday, Monday, around what the makeup of the squad's going to look like. And but we've got some good options, which is great. We've got some good options. Obviously, Gary McDonald has left us. That was just bad timing, really. He was thoroughly enjoying being with us. He'd fitted in really well. He's got a chance to go to Haze and Yeti where he can get some coaching experience. I think they're going to help him get through his badges and things that we can't really offer him at this stage. And that's something he's looking to go into possibly next season. So it was the right decision for him, and we wish him well. Obviously, leaves us a little bit light defensively, and that's something we need to just look at. But we've got some very good options in the squad. So overall, we're very happy with where we are.
Will you be looking to take anyone on any kind of dual registration? Are you partnering up with any other clubs?
Well, that is an option. Myself and Bakes have got good relationships with kind of Conference South clubs. And we have spoken to a few managers, and there's potentially a few options there. That's the difficult bit, is just what do you go for? Do you try and bring a couple in on a short-term basis, or do you sign a couple long-term? And then all of a sudden your injured players are all back, and it's a bit of a juggling act, and it's one that we're not rushing into. We want to get it right, and we're confident we will get it right, and it's just we'll get Leatherhead out of the way. We've then got 2 training sessions next week, and we'll go into those with the squad set for the season.
And looking forward to Leatherhead, you've already talked about what the good pitch, the good facilities, the good side. What are you looking to get out of it? What do you want to see over that 90 minutes from the Slough team?
If we can repeat what we did last night, then we'll be delighted. I mean, it's another side like us who've just gone up to step 3. They'll be a good side. I'm expecting and hoping for another competitive game that's more like a league game than a friendly, which is exactly what last night was. You can't stroll through friendlies and then all of a sudden it's not like you're turning on a tap and all of a sudden you fly out the blocks come August the 9th. So we need these types of friendlies. So they'll be feeling exactly the same. I'm sure we'll be good for them on Saturday as much as they'll be good for us.
Good. Well, before Saturday, you've got the excitement of the fan forum tomorrow. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, we did one last year. It was very different last year. Obviously, we were kind of being introduced to the fans last year, and there was a lot of questions around squad and the current Slough players and the players we were bringing across. And I think we thought we wouldn't need one this year because it all seemed pretty straightforward with the squad, etc. But no doubt, they've seen a lot of new faces in the last few weeks, and no doubt there'll be some questions that we'll answer for them tomorrow. But it's good. I think they're going to watch the second half of the playoff final in the bar, which will put them in good spirits, I'm sure. Some of them will watch the training session, and then the players will stop for a beer, and we'll have quite an informal chat, I think, with them, and all look forward to the start of the season.
Good. Well, thank you very much for your time once again. I know you're a busy man. Look forward to a good game against Leatherhead, and then obviously, hopefully, look forward to some news early next week about the squad.
Sure.
Cheers.
Good stuff. Thanks, John.
Cheers.